Dave Staublin here. We're going to learn about the area of regular polygons. Now the word regular means that all the sides have the same length and that all the interior angles are the same. So for example, let's look at a hexagon which has 6 sides, and I'll draw a sketch not to scale. There's a hexagon. If it's regular, all of these sides are the same length and all of these interior angles are congruent. Now here are some definitions. There is a center, and then there is a radius, and let me just define the radius as the distance from center to vertex. And then there's a new word where we go from center perpendicular to a side. And this thing is called an apothem. A-P-O-T-H-E-M. Apothem. And let's see, that is letter A. Radius is letter R. The apothem is the perpendicular distance center to side. So if you know these definitions, then we can calculate the area of a regular polygon as 1/2 AP, where A is the apothem and P is the perimeter. And perimeter is the distance around the outside. So if this were a side length, you would take that side length times the number of sides to get the distance around. Okay, let's do an example. So example number 1. Let's find the area of a decagon which has 10 sides. I'm going to try and draw a sketch. No promises that it'll be very good. But okay, so there's my decagon. And here's the information that we know. We know that this distance, the apothem, is 12.3 inches. And then we know the side length is 8 inches. So the formula is area of the regular hexagon, or regular decagon, equals 1/2 AP. We know the apothem is 12.3, and we know that one side is 8 And then there are 10 of those sides. So let's multiply that out. 0.5 times 12.3 times 8 times 10. And it comes out 492 inches squared. All right, let's do another example. And let's find the area of a hexagon, which is 6 sides. I'm going to draw a sketch, not to scale. I'll do the best that I can. Okay, and in this side, in this case, here I'm going to draw some information here. There's the apothem, there's the radius, and the only piece of information we know is that the side length is 10 millimeters. All right, so there's a whole bunch of stuff we have to figure out. Let's do the easiest first. If the side length is 10 and the apothem is perpendicular to the side, then it's a bisector and the whole thing is 10. This side is 5. Okay? So the next thing is, if we know the angles on this triangle, we can figure out the other side lengths. So let's do this first. I'm going to draw some little dotted lines here, and I want to know what is that angle right there. Well, we know that if you go all the way around the circle, it's 360 degrees. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these pi pieces. And so if we do 360 divided by the 6 sides, or the 6 pi pieces, we get 60 degrees. So each one of these angles is 60. And if this apothem is a bisector, then we know this has to be half of 60. It's a 30. Now we know that's 90, we know that's 30, and these three have to add up to 180, so this must be 60. Now, the piece of information that we need is the apothem. Now, I'm going to draw a picture over here of this 30, 60, 90 triangle, and that side is 5. And you'll remember that 30, 60, 90 is a special triangle. You could use sine, cosine, or tangent, but I propose that you remember that if the side opposite the 30 is 5, then the hypotenuse is twice as big, and the remaining side opposite the 60 is this side times the square root of 3. And so that is our apothem. So now the area is 1/2 AP. The apothem is 5 square root of 3. The perimeter is the side length 10 times the 6 sides of a hexagon, and we can multiply that out. 0.5 times 5 square root of 3 times 10 times 6. And it's approximately 260 millimeters squared. All right, I would like to do one more example, and then we'll be done with notes. So let's find the area of a pentagon. which has 5 sides. Okay, there's the center, there's the apothem, there's the radius, there's the right triangle. And here's what we know. We know that the side length is 7.2, and we know that the radius is 6.1. All right, let's see if we can figure it out. We need to find the perimeter, so we've got a side length. So the only thing we need to find is this apothem A. Well, if this whole side is 7.2, then this portion of that triangle would be 7.2 divided by 2, or 3.6. So now, if we look at this triangle, we can go a squared plus 3.6 squared equals 6.1 squared. And we can subtract that from both sides. And we can take the square root, and we can get the length of the apothem. So the square root of 6.1 squared minus 3.6 squared is about 4.9. And now we can find the area, 1/2 AP. The apothem is 4.9. The perimeter is 7.2 times 5 sides. We just have to multiply that out. 5 times 4.9 times 7.2 times 5. It's about 88. All right, there we go. This is challenging, but I know you can do it.